Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to yet another movie review. Man, it's like I'm doing one a day this month. Weird. Today we're going to be talking about the horror. No, it's not the horror of Dracula. It's just Horror of Dracula, right? Directed by Terrence Fisher. This movie came out in 1958. It stars Peter Cushing as Dr. Van Helsing and the amazing Christopher Lee as Dracula. Excuse you, sir. Horror of Dracula is about Dracula, of course. It's essentially the story of Dracula with a little twist on it. Jonathan Harker and Dr. Van Helsing, before the movie starts, are aware that the Count is a vampire and Harker is sent under the guise that he is a librarian, but he is actually set out to destroy Dracula. And he first destroys one of Dracula's wives, I guess, like his wife. He destroys a female vampire that is staying at the castle, and then out of revenge, Dracula travels to where Jonathan Harker lives and changes his wife, and then starts to attack our other main characters, Arthur and Mina. So let's get right into what I liked about the movie, which was the kind of change in, not the change in story necessarily, but the change in like portrayal of Dracula. When we first meet him, like when the movie opens, Harker is just getting to the Castle Dracula. And Dracula is kind of portrayed as a victim almost for like that whole first sequence of the movie before he goes on his little crusade of revenge. He's kind of more victimized a bit in it. Like you have this man secretly coming into his castle in disguise essentially, and then he attacks his wife, vampire, I don't know. The lady that was staying with him, who is also a vampire. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Like it was almost an attempt to like sympathize with him a little bit, because I feel like out of all the classic monsters, like Frankenstein's monster, the Wolfman, things like that, it's understood that you sympathize with the monster, like the monster is more tragic, but I feel like Dracula has never been that character. Dracula has always been a monster, essentially, like he's always been evil. So I kind of liked how it was like an attempt to be sympathetic towards Dracula for once. So I did like that. What I didn't quite like about the movie was the change in story. Like I said, Jonathan Harker goes into the Castle Dracula knowing what Dracula is, and he is setting out to destroy him. I'm just unsure why the change was necessary. And then there was just like the tiniest change of like Lucy being Jonathan Harker's fiance, and then Mina is married to the character married to the character Arthur. I said it again, what the hell? I mean, obviously, I guess it had to be that way because Mina has to be the final girl of sorts, you know, like in Bram Stoker's original novel, Lucy is destroyed first, and Mina is kind of like our final female character, so I guess it had to be that way. Mina couldn't be killed off right away, and I guess they didn't want to be focused on Lucy. I don't know, they were already changing the story, so I don't know why they just, I don't know. I just was unsure why that change was necessary. I guess just to do something different, I don't know. But they kept a lot of it the same. I don't know. That's why it was weird, because a lot of the story was the same. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess it was just to set it apart from all the other Draculas that were coming out. And that kind of leads me into like the most interesting part of the movie, which kind of brings me back to what I said about Dracula being a little more of a sympathetic character in the beginning, like he's almost victimized in the beginning, and then he acts in revenge. The only reason he goes and attacks Harker's fiance and all of his like friends and family over there is out of revenge for Jonathan Harker coming in there and killing his own wife, and you know, so he acts out of revenge rather than simply attacking, which I found interesting. I guess that was another attempt to make Dracula less monstrous, you know, like he didn't just outright, like he didn't see a picture of Lucy and immediately get attracted to her and want to go turn her into a vampire. At least the way it plays out in the movie, the only reason he goes over there is because Harker attacked him in the first place, so it's kind of like a defense. So it almost made him seem less like a monster, which again I thought was really interesting because we've been able to sympathize with all these other monsters, but Dracula has never been one of those characters. He's always been evil. So I really thought that was interesting and thought that was a nice change. Some changes to the story I got, some changes I didn't get. But overall I did enjoy the movie. Seriously, Peter Cushing was great as Van Helsing. Of course, Christopher Lee was fantastic as Dracula. How could that man not be fantastic? Yeah, so let me know in the comment section down below if you've seen Horror Dracula, and until tomorrow, stay strange. Bye! Hey guys, be sure to subscribe to me by clicking right down there so you can follow me all this month as I post a new horror movie review every single day until Halloween. Yeah, and then you can follow me on all my other social medias over here to see other spooky Halloween type things I'll be posting, I'm sure, all this month. Yeah.